beer man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Today, where we from this beautiful world. Actually, a good day today for me. I hope it is the same for Bumpy here. We got Bumpy Road Brewery here with me. Thank you, sir. And Beer Man. If anyone else shows up, you're more than happy to come on in. So just bring an old beer, preferably an IPA or a pale, or even an old stout or an old porter. Really, any beer is okay. Just here to get the get our sensory going here to see how old we can go with these beers before they start to change flavors or anything else like that. So, all right. So we got Joey here with Square Table Gin. I was say STD. Cheers, man. Cheers to Middle Fruit Paul, man. What's up? And Commerce Ozzy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's go ahead and bring Bumpy up.
All right. So I went back to the to Sully's, the Superette right down the road from me, which I know carries some old beers, and got another one. This is from Wormtown Brewing. It's out of Worcester, Massachusetts. They call it Wormtown. This is an hazy IPA coming in at 5.8% ABV. It's called Don't Worry. They have a whole series. So there's the Don't Worry, the next one, which I don't think was a hazy. I think it was more of like a West Coast style IPA or something. It was called Be Hoppy. And then they have an Imperial one called Be Hoppiest. This one is from November. It was November 19th, 2020 when it was canned, so it is currently 8 months old. And for a lower ABV IPA, it's typically, I would say, within a 3-month range, you'd want to drink your IPAs. You'll find them on the shelves typically for about 6 months before some places will pull them. Sully's will not pull them. They'll just leave them there. So 8 months. This one was still there. And it says on the back, Don't Worry is our take on the right coast IPA. The East Coast, that would be. With the perfect amount of amber haze, big tropical fruit aromatics, and a touch of juicy hop bitterness. You don't have to worry because this IPA will make you be hoppy. Have a great IPA. Unfiltered yeast sediment is normal. Brewed in small batches, must be refrigerated. Oh, this was also not refrigerated. This was kept on the shelf for 8 months at the store. So
Nice.
let's go ahead and pour it. We'll see if it's still hazy or not. Let's see if there's any sediment in there. Maybe there'll be yeast chunks or something. Because I'm sure the yeast is dormant at this point. And just do that a few times. Crack the can. I had it in my fridge when I got it home, so it is cold now. I'm pouring it in a dirty glass that I used earlier because why not? It's old.
Floaties.
All right, so a pretty bright white head on this one. Fairly compact bubbles, but they are starting to break up, become larger. Kind of a frothy looking head on top, though, a little bit marshmallow-like. It does have a haze to it. It's this orange coloration, but the haze is like sediment. A lot of sediment basically floating around in it. Kind of see that a little bit, I think. Yeah, you can kind of catch that stuff. So, hazy sediment floating around. It does have a little bit of a clarity, so it's not like a murky, like New England IPA, the kinds that I usually really like. You can see shadowy objects throughout. So if I was to give you like the middle finger, If this was a larger glass, you could still make out a shadowy hand going like this. So not quite as hazy or murky as I would like it to begin with, but that doesn't always mean it's not going to taste good. But with it being older, maybe. All right. I don't know if you want me to continue on, if you want to go ahead and showcase yours and I'll come back or what.
Go for it, man. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It's got kind of an orange popsicle aroma. So a little bit of a citrusy note, but it smells like more like like an orange popsicle might be. The hop aroma definitely is not popping out of the glass at all. It's kind of a stale bread type thing coming out of the malt. There is a sweetness. It doesn't quite resemble caramel, but it might be along those lines. It does smell kind of stale. If it was, I try to think of what kind of bread. It's something. Maybe you had like old rye bread, something like that. It's kind of got a spice to it, but it does smell stale and kind of a little bit stagnant. And then orange popsicle. All right, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Is that tropical? What did it say? Big tropical fruit aromatics. Yeah. All right.
It looks good.
Orange popsicle. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. A slight breadiness. It's going to be noisy here now. Slight breadiness. And then there is some type of a citric type flavor, but this pretty much just goes into bitterness. Bitterness on this is kind of, I would say, in the piney like realm, like that citrus and pine type flavor. Yeah, there's not a lot of hop flavor on the profile at all. A little bit tea-like. Yeah. It almost seems like it's separated. Like there's like a watery base to it. Not the feel, but the flavor. It seems to have like a separation. There's a lot of hop bitterness still. It's quite bitter. But not a lot of hop flavor. Not a lot of malt flavor either. Like I said, it kind of just, it has like a slight bit of a bready type character, but there's like not much sweetness to it as far as that. And it's kind of like watered down. I guess it would be like one of those when they make like a hop tea or something. It does have that little bit of a tea note too that you get out of like old aging hops. This one overall doesn't taste as good as the one I did last week. That was almost 3 years old. So
yeah.
So hats off to to modest modern times for making something that seems like it can last with some extra flavors. This is just it's lacking a lot of flavor besides bitterness, and there is that citrus type note in there, but it's not too pleasant.
Hmm.
Lingering pine type note on the bittering finish. It doesn't make you want to go back and drink more. I would say medium body to it. Carbonation on this is still kind of it's got like a medium carbonation still, but yeah. I don't even remember like what I paid for this. I could probably go dig the receipt out somewhere, but I have it stuffed in the bag that it was placed in the closet.
Would you have it fresh if it was a freshie?
I've had this one before. I don't really remember it. I don't think I liked this one all that much, and maybe that's why this one is sat on the shelf. Because all the other variants, like I liked the bee hoppy and the bee hoppiest. I thought those were pretty good, and those ones are fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just canned in August. This one, on the other hand, is 8 months old,
Mm-hmm.
sitting next to the two fresh batches
Did you get a
of the
4-pack
other
of it?
variants. I did get a 4-pack of it.
You did? Oh wow.
Yeah, Sully's. Unless it's a single bottle like that they're selling, you can't break them down.
Oh,
You
okay.
just buy single cans. So, I'm pretty sure I paid full price for it, whatever it was. It may have been around $12-13, I would guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, even as a fresh beer, as I remember, like I said, this was not my favorite out of the whole kind of series that they did with this thing. So and as it is now, it's not that good.
Well, damn. That's what we're looking for. So that's what everyone needs to know.
Right.
Old IPAs suck. Yeah. They even suck more when they're only a month old and they suck. Well, cool, man. Thank you, Bumpy. Right on.
Oh yeah.
I like that label. I think the Don't Worry, I think they have a cool can art thing there, or thing they're doing there. I think it's cool. But I wish it tasted better. So all right, cool. I'm gonna bring me up. How about that? My freshly shaved mustache. I couldn't stand it. Damn thing was itching my nose. Okay. Well, cool. Like 8 months is, 6 months plus on an IPA. You're looking at definitely that what Bumpy just described. So I've got one that's a year and 10 months. So it was 11/26/19 is when this was canned, and it's Fort George's. They're just over the bridge from me in Astoria, Oregon. It's their Magnonius. I've had this before and it wasn't bad. I think it's a West Coast style, 7%. And let me show you it's kind of hard to see. Cool little dude on there. But it's a lady too. It's a king queen or something.
Now when you had this one before, you had it fresh, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. I had
I didn't
it
know if you
probably
had
a
it
week old.
before.
Yeah, like a week old, week canned. Yeah, it was like, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So let's go ahead and pour this. Whoa, damn. Holy crap, dude. That totally almost went out the top. I didn't shake it that much. All right. So it's very, very effervescent inside. Super fast rising bubbles. It's kind of an orange color to it, I guess. Yeah, I'd go with like an orange or something like that. And the coloration of it, nice, kind of an off-white, creamy white head. It's actually creamy all around. Looks nice. A little bit soapy on the sides. Going in for the smell here.
Mm.
Oh, that's smelling good, dude. Nah, man. Like right away, lemon tea, candied orange, kind of. Well, like not orange, but like a candied malt, candied bready malt or something. It's like I think I'm getting a slight orange out of it, but it's not enough to. It's like an orange lemon tea, like has a little pine in there, but not enough to. I mean, it's mostly malty. It's like a sweet maltiness. I get it in my nose, and it's got this like crazy, just a nice bready malty thing going on. Um, yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in there as well. This one, there's some floaties. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, that's weird, dude. It's like grapefruits and grape and like lemon tea. I don't know where the what is the freaking thing that I'm tasting right now in this? I get a little pear, maybe. Hops are still kind of coming through, but it's very weak. It's pungent. It's like sweet malty slay, like some caramel, like some fruity caramel or something. I'm getting like some weird grape or yeah, lemon tea, a little orange, grapefruit. So you can see I'm getting hints of it. It's actually pretty strong and pungent with in the flavor of this like grapey orange lemon, and it's not a good taste. It tastes really bad. It tastes kind of yeasty in a way. It's got kind of a yeasty thickness to it. Um, I don't know if it has gone up anymore in the percentage of the alcohol. It was a 7. You know, if there was enough sugars, it could have eaten and gotten some more alcohol in there. But I mean, it's as effervescent as it is. It's super puffy and just you can tell there has been a lot of action in this can in the time it's been in there. Even through the flavors, body's the same as it probably would have been. Just like a medium body. Um, it's not really super drinkable, but it is still kind of, which is weird. It's just different. I don't know. It's changed. You can tell there's been a change. Yeah, I don't know. The mouthfeel is really poppy, really alcohol, really carbonated, and kind of chalky around the top of the roof of the mouth. Yeah, this has been an experience definitely. That's probably the most pungent one I've tasted of anything. Usually I've had like maybe 6 month or 8 month at the most. Usually it's 6 months though, because that's how far before they like take them off the shelf. I mean, that's like the latest date they'll go, and then those distributors will come in and take them off and put new ones up, which sucks, you know, for the connoisseur or the beer drinker that's looking at these things, you know. But um, yeah, this was pushed over. It's like hardcore, dude. It's probably a lot like the modern times you had to some extent.
Mm.
Um, but well, cool, man. I guess we can just let's just do this, man. It's just you and I. Um, yeah, tell us about your thoughts on that. Give us your shouts, and we'll call it good. Call it a day.
Well, I wanted to look up. I looked this beer up on Untapped. Not much. It scored like a 3.78 or something out of a 5. Of course, on Untapped, they don't give any write ups, so there's nothing really else besides a score on on that. But in Beer Advocate, at least people can write down comments about what they're tasting, which is really weird because I'm assuming that this person had it fresh. They don't say, you know, they weren't like it's an old beer, but this is what this one person says. The first person I scrolled across: a slight haze, medium golden color, finger finely poured ivory head that receded to a thin cap, nice lacing. Okay. That's true. There, uh, not especially aromatic, which I said there wasn't a lot of aromas coming out of it. This is 8 months old. What's there is a pleasant combination of grapefruit, pineapple, tangerine. I was mentioning some type of like an orange type tea like note on this one. Uh, Flavor is nice, but subdued, which like there's not a lot of hop flavor in this. It's got some type of citrus type thing going on, along with that kind of tea like note. Um, Maybe a little bit of a hint of bread, but they say dank with grapefruit, pineapple behind it. Um, and then there's a mild to moderate bitterness on the finish. The body they say is medium bodied. I said that, and they said moderate carbonation, which to me is medium carbonation. Uh, Lightly dry finish. Yes, that's all true. Nice, but not enough flavor or aroma. Well, it's still the same thing. There's not a lot of flavor or aroma. So if this started off fresh with not a lot of those, I mean, it's like really nothing now. If they're picking up pineapple, tangerine, and whatever the hell else they were talking about, was it grapefruit, pineapple, tangerine? That's what they were getting on the aromatics out of this. Like I said, it's just kind of citrusy. It's orange, it's citrus type, but it's not bursting with it. It's like I say orange popsicle, I think is what I kind of refer to. It's like a watered down type citrus. So starting off, it sounds like it wasn't all that pungent of a beer, like with the aromatics or the flavor profile already seemed to be kind of dull. And then aging it definitely didn't do it any favors. Really dialed back on the aromatics. Like I said, there seems to be in the flavor like a separation where it seems to have turned into, you get some type of old type flavors up front. They taste old. And then there's that separation where it just becomes kind of this watery kind of thing going on. So if you think about drinking, I don't know, orange juice, but then you take your first sip of orange juice, it's really fruity, citrus, orange, you get in the full on juice, and then you take that same orange juice and you add about 90% water to it. And then you're like, yeah, there's a resemblance of some type of orange juice, but it doesn't taste quite right. It tastes watered down, which is kind of what this is. It's like there's some type of citrusy type flavors and stuff, but definitely seems there's that watery separation. I don't even know where to score this thing. It's so hard with old beers.
It is.
I think even as a fresh beer, yeah, if I was doing my 50-point inspection on it, I think for this one, I'm trying to remember. So I the only thing I really remember about it is that I didn't like it as much as the other variants that they've done, the other series, not variants, but series. I probably would have landed this in the good category. It probably would have landed somewhere between 36 and 40. Probably not 40, but probably lower than that. I mean, right now, where I would land it, it'd probably be like a 31 at most. It's drinkable. It's not a drain pour per se, but it's not pleasant. It's still drinkable. It's not like it just doesn't have like off flavors. Like it doesn't taste like something went horribly wrong with it, and it's got some horrendous flavors. It really just does taste old, and separated. So, yeah, this would be drinkable on a 50-point inspection. 31 out of 50, which I don't know, probably call it like a 67 or so if you want out of 100, maybe something like that. Yeah. You muted, Bear Man.
67. Oh, that's nice. That's what I said. All right. Nice, dude. Well, cool. 67. That passes.
I can drink it. I'm not going to enjoy drinking it,
Yeah. You
but
got three more to go. So,
yeah, it'll be
um,
like that in between almost last beer type thing. Got to get it down.
yeah.
Um, yeah, mine does not have a best before date.
N- Uh, Mine, no, not a, just a canned on. Yeah. But yeah, they give these 6 months. Usually the shelf life 6 months. I
Mm,
mean, at least that's what Justin tells me, and
yeah,
anyone else I ask.
yeah.
So,
Six months seems to be the average. Like I said, I think with an IPA, I think 3 months is kind of
mhm,
the end point for most of them.
yeah,
Um, some can withstand that, go further, but yeah, I try not to buy if something like an IPA is like 4 to 5 months. I really try to not buy it because you're not getting that fresher hot flavor that the brewer's probably intending you to get. Now, if it does come to like a Trillium super fresh, yeah, maybe hang on to that for a month or so, month or 2 months, then it might be at its prime.
mm,
But
nice.
it's because those are just too grassy. They just seem to be way too grassy, green, bitter when they're fresh. But yeah,
All right, let it die out a little bit.
3 months is like usually my. I probably actually stick closer to 2 months. If it's in a month, I'm happy. 2 months, I'm like, yeah. 3 months, I'm like, 4 months, I'm like, no.
Yeah, force pushing it.
Yeah, and then Bear Man comes along. Now I'm looking like 1 year, yes.
Yeah, I know. He was, or Justin was happy to hear that I wanted some older beers, and they he had to sell them at cost because they still have to make some money off of them for tax reasons and all that, federal, all that.
Mm.
So I was like, man, I'll buy them. It's like the first time I'd ever buy a fucking old beer for full price. Just give it to me. Yeah. So it was cool, man. Well, at least you can see. I mean, how who the hell's writing me? How things can change. Though that's what I like about this the most. Though,
Mm.
is just getting that idea for those that don't know. But yeah, well, cool. Maybe we could shout later or after. I'll just do mine and then we'll do around
Yeah.
me. Yeah, cool. Vanessa just popped in. Cheers, Vanessa. Right on. All right, so this beer, I just thought of spruce tips. Spruce tips is what I'm tasting in this, and you gave me a good idea. I looked at Magnanimous IPA, the same one I'm doing on them as on this on Beer Advocate as well. And I'm just gonna read the first. It's pretty sort of long, but I'm just gonna kind of zip through it. Clear burnt. These guys said clear burnt orange. We're not going over the look of it. Celebrity seating. Let's get into the aromas. Orange fir needles, which is the two things I got. Mint and menthol. I didn't get it all. Strawberries. They said strawberries. Now I said, is there some kind of like grape or some kind of I don't know. I guess I was getting a berry of some kind or something. And then some sweet bready malts, definitely there. So some of the things, it didn't really actually change. It just got thinner on its flavors, on its hot flavors, aromas and stuff. The taste was a hint of orange, precedes a huge hit of fir needles, and which I did get the spruce tips really come out. I did do a spruce tipped IPA once or a pale ale, and I recall eating those actually fresh just to see it. They're very, very bitter and very weird, kind of like eating hops or something like that. Just real spicy, bitter, and weird. But in a beer, they do you get like this weird, I guess you could say menthol, mintiness or something. But they're like very vitamin C forward. Like I don't know, they're just it's different. Kind of brings out a fruity edge to it as well. Um, but some berry notes, bready malt, spicy fir. I don't know what all that is. Hoppy finish, light bite, full light, slick and oily mouthfeel. So the carbonation went up hardcore on this. It says medium high, but this is like super high. Um, yeah, and there's a lot of muck in it. So nothing really changed hardcore, but there were definitely, maybe it was the beer I was drinking before, and maybe I should have had some bread or water or something to change my palate. But I did kind of get used to this, and that's when I started getting the spruce tips. So that was kind of cool. I do like the taste of spruce tips. The brand new little things that stick out of the spruce trees. They're awesome. Right in the early of spring, you can smell the spruce tips. Out of on this, since it was able to hold, I'm getting a call from Belgium. Wow. So I won't answer that one. The score for this I'm going to give, since it did so well, I think it did lack a lot of the flavors. Like I said, I will go, you got to give these a lower end, but you got to think of them from their start as well when they were just canned. I'm going to give this a 75 out of 100. I'm going to go 75. Definitely a C after a year and 10 months. That's not bad. So, I mean, that's the big picture. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I was happy with it before. I don't know. It's kind of nice to see a very old one. So, and taste that. So, cool, man. Shout yourself, bro. Spruce tits.
Spruce tits.
Yeah. The nice. Oh, we won't get into that. Never mind. All right.
Nice pointy tips.
Pointy tips.
Spruce tits. Yeah. So what am I saying? Old beers rot in my brain. On my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery, on Sundays you get after dark beers. Bring a dark beer. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start of the show. It's a dark beer based off the malt profile, not based off of added fruit purees and whatnot, more fruit colorings. Then we got Monday, which is Multi Monday coming up. What's it on the 20? I think I said it, like 27th. I think it is.
Mm.
I believe it was the 27th. The beer of choice, the beer to bring, is an Imperial Pilsner. I did make a video on that for Tuesday, so if you're curious or if you want to join Multi Monday with an Imperial Pilsner, there's a link in that video. I'm not asking you to go watch the video. You can simply just go to Beer Advocate. You can go to the beer style selection and then just click on the Imperial Pilsner. It will give you a whole listing of Imperial Pilsners that are out there. Other things to keep in mind, if it's not on the list, doesn't mean that it's not approved. There's certain beers out there that may be classified as a couple different things. So just go based. It should say somewhere that it's an Imperial Pilsner. The can should say that it's Pilsner at least. And if it's a high enough ABV, I think that would count, even if it doesn't state that it's Imperial. But if it's like, say, a 7% Pilsner, that's pretty Imperial. And I've seen that on the listing as 7%. It seems to be one of the lowest ABVs I've seen in an Imperial Pilsner. But yeah, a Pilsner that's over 7%, I think we can classify that as Imperial. Yeah, just make sure that the can at least says Pilsner. And if your store marks something that it's an Imperial Pilsner, like my store, there's one that's actually been considered a malt liquor, but it says Pilsner right on the can, and it was marked on the shelf as Imperial Pilsner. I said I'm grabbing it because it's the only one I've seen recently.
I've got to find one, man. I hope I find one. I got to look around.
Yeah. Other than that, cheers. Thanks for having me on, Beer Man. And
I'm doing no problem. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Ronald Therio is doing fest beers tonight, yeah? Or is that what
Fester
Ozzy
beer,
said? Festers. Festers.
Uncle Fester beer.
Uncle Fester beers. I just drank mine. I'm gonna be on Eric's panel tonight, I guess. It's like switch off, you know? Go
Mm.
here, go there, go here,
I've got
go
a
there.
Fest beer.
I drank mine. Damn it. All right. Well, cool. So, Beer and Cheese Tuesday is going to be Colby Jack. Find a Colby Jack. Is that what I said?
I hope so. I think that's what I picked up.
Okay. Well, whatever you picked up, I guess, is what it is. Because I don't want to do you wrong.
Oh no! I thought you said Onion Jack.
Are you serious?
Oh man!
We
No,
can,
I got a Kobe Jack.
All right, cool. Yeah, Colby Jack. 8 o'clock Eastern next week, Tuesday. Beer and Cheese. Bring Colby Jack and any beer of choice. Figure it out the beer on your own. Do your own educative guess on that. And Wednesday will be another one of these, man. It'll be number 3 of 4. So we got 2 more of these shows. If you'd like to be on the show, let me know. We can get the link to you, and always throw it up in the back end where all of us beer nerds are, and hopefully we can get a nice big show up here, good panel, at least on the last one. Would be nice. But I always appreciate Bumpy Road Brewery here. Say your full name here, full channel. Check out his channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's about it. Wednesday, yeah, 6 o'clock Eastern, and then just I usually take breaks. If you guys are wondering where I'm at, I usually kind of just look at videos on the weekends and stuff and stay away. But sometimes you may see me, so we'll see. But all right, been a good show. Another learning lesson here of how things can go awry in our cans. And don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be fucking happy. That's right.
That's a frowny face now, and it's leaking all over the place.
Be sad. Oh man. All right, guys. You guys take it easy. We are out, as Alex Beermaster would say. Oh yeah. Shit. I didn't mention so you're going to Therio's at 4:20.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Wild Card Wednesday if he's doing it at 4:30. So be there at 5, 6, 7:30 Eastern. So if you guys want to go to either or, there we will be. So all right, here we go. We're out of here. Cheers.